Welcome to episode 3
of the Q&A show.
Should I have said season 2?
You probably should have said season 2, episode 3.
Season 2, episode 3 of
It's still the Q&A show, Dave.
Coming at you hot. We're here.
We're back.
Me,
Scott,
Chris. He's here.
CP. The
boys are
in
here.
the house, and we're live at Arizona Training Lab.
Remember again, this is all of season 2 is going to be here at the lab.
Right here at the lab.
We're pretty excited. It's going well so far.
Yeah, as well as can be expected, Dave.
Right. So here's how this works. You ask a question, we answer it. We got one today.
We got a great question from Chris. Kristen writes in, and so it's amazing how general these questions get.
So what we need people to get a little bit more specific.
It's like we need a 35-minute episode to answer these questions. But I think via the magic of filmmaking, we might be able to answer this. So let's see what we can do. Kristen writes in, what?
It's not going to be a good feeling. I don't have a good feeling.
No, be solid. This is solid. It's
okay.
Really solid. Kristen wants to know what the best exercises are for fat loss.
That is pretty general.
I told you it was.
Okay, so how do we tackle this?
Well,
do we have equipment?
Okay, so let's attack this from the angle of I have no equipment at home.
Okay.
To I have minimal equipment, meaning maybe some dumbbells.
Okay.
To I'm in the gym, I have access to a barbell and a trainer.
So we could do 3 different
approaches.
movements that are good for fat loss. So let's start out then with the first one, no equipment.
Okay.
Probably a burpee.
Yeah.
Looking good. It's about 6. That's about 7.
Shut up.
About 8 now. Yeah, keep it going.
Did you get off your Instagram?
Keep going.
If done correctly, if you don't have any ankle, hip, knee issues and you can do a burpee correctly, I think that would be one of the better exercises for fat loss.
Yeah, especially if it was a pyramid of death burpee.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
So the reasons why, it's going to be somewhat total body.
Yep, total body.
You're
Works
gonna
the
have-
hips.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're squatting, so hips,
Yeah.
quads. As if you go all the way down and do a full progression burpee, you're going to get chest, shoulders involved, plus you're going to get your heart rate up.
Yeah.
So, with limited space and no equipment, I would say that.
Great exercise. Most people hate it. Why do most people hate it? Because it's a great exercise.
And it's tough.
Yeah, and it gets the heart rate up.
A guy named Royal Burpee created it. It's a little factoid of the day.
Wow.
You know what else? Runner up,
Yeah.
bodyweight squat,
Bodyweight squat. So no, you're not going to be holding not like a goblet squat.
Well,
or
if we had no equipment.
you could grab a suitcase.
If you're in a hotel room, suitcase,
Yeah.
you can find stuff around the
Yeah,
house.
you could find some stuff around the house.
Okay, so let's progress.
Okay, progressing.
We have
So say like now that you do have a
dumbbell,
kettlebell, something that you can work with at home.
Probably like a kettlebell swing. I think would be
Kettlebell
good.
swing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Good
There
work.
it is. Right there.
Right in the triangle. Oh, keep going. Squeeze those glutes. Oh, now we're talking.
Yeah, it feels good.
Good.
Or goblet squat.
Goblet squat would be up there. I think a kettlebell swing.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna
It's
get
a little more. There's a little more motion in that.
You're gonna get more of a posterior kind of feel, I guess you would say. So, glutes, hamstrings. You'll get a little bit of shoulder activation, but if done properly, it's gonna be more of a hip hinging movement. And I do think that'll also get your heart rate up.
Yeah.
So another thing that's gonna help with getting you breathing a little bit. Not that makes it the best exercise, but that also can contribute to you burning more calories and
But the heart rate is definitely a factor.
Yeah, you want,
in burning
when
fat.
deciding that. 'Cause
yeah.
I mean, we could say you could just do bicep curls,
But that's not going
No,
to
you
burn
get-
a lot of fat.
No. Plus, it's a single joint movement. You're really only going to get just the biceps. So.
And I think that's the most important thing to point out for the episode is that single, isolated movements are not the best for fat loss.
Correct.
Great for toning a muscle, but
And that's a misconception that a lot of people, you'll see articles on the internet that are like, leg extensions, the most pointless exercise there is, or bicep curls, they're so useless. Well, not really. There has to be context around that conversation to say,
Right.
hey, if my dad, who's 60 years old, wants to do leg extensions, he has no prior knee issues, and he's working on getting stronger quads, it's probably a pretty good movement for him.
It's not bad. Yeah.
Same thing with the leg press. A lot of people don't like a leg press. Great movement for helping someone develop some strength, you know, going through, you know, not necessarily, they might not be able to squat, so going through that range of motion from a different angle can be very beneficial. So context needs to be around that. So that kind of answers the second one. It's kettlebell swing, squat, and
I think it's important you point out health
compound.
too, the health issue.
Totally. So anything that we're saying here, if you can do these movements properly, these would be the most beneficial.
Like knee issues, you're not going to want to do burpees that.
Yeah, you might not be able to do that properly. You might not be able to squat right, or you need someone to see you doing that. So what's next?
So then, okay, now we're in the gym. We've got a trainer. We've got access to a barbell.
Deadlift.
Spots.
Spots.
A spotter, like yourself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would do squats.
You do squats.
Deadlifts.
Squats and deadlifts.
Yeah.
Deadlifts. Talk about advantages of one over the other.
Well, once again, deadlift is going to be more of a hip hinge. It's a compound movement, so you're going to target, you know, mostly your posterior chain. You're going to get your two biggest muscle groups involved, so your legs and then also your lats. So we're going to target, I shouldn't say two biggest muscle groups, as your quads would be more for the squat side of it.
Right.
But you're going to get lower body development, plus your lats are going to be involved from having to pull. And you know, on both of these exercises, you can get your heart rate up.
Yeah.
Woo! PR, let's get it. Vertical shins, butt up, flat back, good pull. And pull. So we've done that, you know, just by doing the simple 5x5 program, strong lifts, 5x5. It crushes you. You don't have to use very many reps, but if you go heavy, it can really get your heart rate up and push you.
And you add that resistance band to those squats like we did last week.
Fire up the glutes too.
That got my heart rate even higher.
But I would say if you had to break down those two, I would say the deadlift is going to be a tad better or more superior than the squat. Once again, just make sure that you do both of those correctly, and they're both going to provide you phenomenal results, end results, I would say. So you know what, we turned that into a pretty good answer, I should say, to that question.
I mean, that's what we're here to do, you know.
We took a general question
and made it more concise. We just brought it in, right in here.
I hope that answered the question. I hope you got something out of that. If you have questions on this episode, feel free to drop them below. You know, you can ask us in more detail. We'll try to link up some stuff, just explaining our choices, or my choices, I guess, Anything else?
I don't think so, no. Unless you want to talk about the weather.
No. Okay. We'll probably have to get a question for episode 4, though. How would we go about doing that?
Well, I would suggest that you just put the question in the box below the video here.
Okay.
And then once they put the question in the box, then you'll
answer it.
Like, you know, say, hey, Scott, we got a question in the box below, and then we'll
crush it.
We'll crush it.
Cool. Follow us on Instagram,
Twitter,
Facebook,
right here on YouTube,
and Snapchat.
Yep.
Cool. Thanks for watching.
See you next time.